Hi there, and welcome to this Hockey Inside Out Show bonus episode. I'm Stu Count of the Gazette, and you know who these two guys are. My regular partners, Chris Nyland and Rick Green, former Canadiens teammates, 1986 Stanley Cup champions. Knuckles Owen Beck, called up from Laval. He hasn't looked out of place, and now he finds himself with the injury to Kirby Dach, playing on the second line with Alex Newhook and Patrick Laine. What do you think about this kid?
Yeah, listen, I got to see more of him. He hasn't hurt them defensively, I guess. But as far as the offense, playing with those guys, is he going to be able to generate offense with them? And that's the thing. And that might take some time. But playing with the big fella, you got to get him the puck in positions, because he's certainly not going to go in and get the puck. So a lot is on the other two guys on that line to come up with the biscuit and try and get it to Laine. So, I got to see more, and that's okay. 21 years old, young kid. It's going to take him some time, but I like to see him be able to add to the offense a little bit more, being on that second line.
Yeah, he's feeling himself out a little bit too, because when he got first called up, they put him on wing, right? So he said he had never played before. He played like one game in junior. Now it's center, and also like not on a fourth line center role, right? This will probably give him a little bit more confidence, but I guess there's a little bit of a feeling out process too, Rick, to gain that confidence for a young player like that.
Yeah, I mean, I like what I see in him, even though it's early on. I mean, the other night I saw him take off with unbelievable speed on the forecheck. And strong on the puck and very, very aggressive, and time will just allow this kid to get better. And good size. Again, he seems to understand how to play the game, and he's got some pretty good creativity. So let's let him play. Let's try and get him some minutes and let him develop, because the upside is much more positive than the downside from what I've seen at this early stage of his career.
Yeah, he said it was a little surreal playing on a line with Laine, because he grew up sort of watching them and remembered him from Winnipeg from his glory days. Knuckles, you have an experience like that when you come in, you're playing with a guy and you're like, oh my God, I'm playing with this guy?
All of them.
Yeah.
What am I doing here? Playing with the 4 Stanley Cups in a row. I'm there. Oh my God. Yeah, and I remember I played with Riza early on, Doug Risebrough, and funny, I remember my first game watching him at the Montreal Forum the previous year. I come up and watched the game in the playoffs, and I watched him out on the ice, and I saw him yapping at guys on the Bruins. I'm like, this kid's a cocky bastard. Who is he? Because I didn't really know of Riza at that time, and then I get on the team with him, and that's one of the guys who got traded. I was shocked, like he is such a go-getter, team guy, great face-off guy, do anything to win. Like one of those guys, it's infectious how he plays. And yeah, those are the type of guys. And again, with a guy like Beck, it's going to take him some time. You look at the offensive end of his game, and that should come. I mean, he had decent numbers, right? He had 32 points down in 47 games down in the American League. He had 13 goals, 19 assists. So you hope he starts to add to the offense. But that defensive part of the game with Beck, like you said, hasn't looked out of place in his own end. That's a big thing, certainly for a team who's struggled this year, keeping the puck out of the net. So
how nervous were you that first game then, Knuckles? You must.
Me?
Yeah.
I was really nervous. My first game was in Atlanta, and I was really nervous. I got 2 shifts each period. I didn't play much. I was kind of actually down on myself afterwards because I thought I blew my chance, And then the next game was in Philly, and then I started to play more because we're in Philly. And I had Cloverell behind the bench saying, "Yankee boy, don't worry about these men. They are just men like us. And I'm like, okay, Piton. I
And
look
I'm
out
sure-
there. There's Bob Daly, 6'5". This one, all these monsters out there, crazy.
Even the team in Atlanta back then,
They had a huge team.
Filipoff and those guys, Houston, all those guys, Willie
Kenny
Platt,
Houston.
bunch of, anyways.
Rick, for you, number 1 overall draft pick. What was it like your first game coming on the ice in the NHL?
It was
a bad
painful.
team too.
It was joyous but painful because
The savior.
the joyous part was, yes, I'm in the NHL. The painful part was playing so much in my zone and just having to scrape my face off the glass each and every night because everybody would just dump it in and try and beat the crap out of us. But anyways, it's all good. I think it's fair to realize that these young guys coming in, it does take time. They need opportunity and they need to show what they have. And that's a tough part about trying to bring guys in your organization is try and get a real immediate reading on what we've got and what the potential for these guys moving forward could be. And it can be a challenge, but providing they have their heart in the right place and they really care and they fit into the group, that's a big bonus, and that seems to be what they're striving to put in the Montreal Canadiens dressing room.
What's the ceiling for him, Knuckles? Do you think he can be a number 2 center moving forward with this team, or is he more likely number 3?
Like I said, I got to see more.
All right.
But right now I'd side with the number 3 center.
Mm-hmm. Well,
right now.
You got a good view of him, the game against Buffalo, because I saw you were sitting first row right behind the Habs bench. What's it like watching the game from that viewpoint?
Well, it's not fun. Your neck gets sore looking up at the screen because you can't see a whole lot. It's great for guys who want to see how the bench goes, and the people I were with, it was a great treat for them. They'd never been that close to the players, and see them on the bench and see how the coach, what they do. It's pretty cool if you've never been there, but it's not a great place to watch a game. It's funny, I got to mention, I was looking at Florian Xhekaj, and he's got 49 games played, 15 goals, 8 assists, 130 minutes in penalties, right? And when I was in the American Hockey League, I played 49 games. I had 15 goals and 10 assists. So I'm 2 points ahead of him. And then I had 304 minutes in penalties. He has 130. But in today's game, come on, that's very similar when you look at where I was when I got called up. It's funny, I was looking at the stats today. I wanted to bring that up. But he's having a hell of a year down there, that kid. He's really made some strides in becoming a all-around good player.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if we maybe see him before the end of the season after the trade deadline, depending on who goes and who stays. Anyway, that's it for this Hockey Inside Out Show bonus episode. I hope you all enjoyed it out there. Please like and subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out YouTube channel. Go to MontrealGazette.com/newsletters to sign up for the Hockey Inside Out newsletter. And of course, you can go to HockeyInsideOut.com where you'll get all the latest Canadiens news every day. Also, if you have a question you'd like us to answer on a future bonus episode, please put it in the comments section below.